Okay, hello. I'm gonna show you how to do this manually and also how to do this on your calculator because you can also do this on your calculator immediately. But we're gonna first do it meant like ourselves. First, we're gonna do this one. Sine 30 degrees multiplied by cosine 45 degrees plus cosine 30 degrees multiplied by sine 45 degrees. So I already replaced it daan because I didn't really feel like waiting or finding it pa. So let's just immediately go for this. In parentheses, whenever we write with parentheses, this would immediately mean if tapad rang duha ka parentheses, then it's multiplication. So it would look like this. Like that, basically. Dot is signifying multiplication, by the way. So how would you multiply this this to this? So since it's 1, or well, since it's a whole number and well, a square root, you would have to write it like this. So you can't multiply it like diretso. So it would look like this. Multiply the bottom the same way you would regularly do in multiplication. Now, since it's 1, you can also represent it as this. Or this, depende nimo. But we're going to use this one, okay? So, let's write that down. Now, for this one, right, this time you have both square roots on either side. So, how would you do that? Since both have these things, they have this one also has this, you can multiply it immediately. So 3 times 2 is 6. Just copy the sign. So that's plus 6. And multiply this normally, and you get 4. So you can either answer it like this, or you can write it like this. I'd suggest you just do this one. It's much more simpler. Now, if you have a calculator like this calculator, if you have this calculator, it's easier because you can just do it like this. I'd suggest like doing it step by step, just to ensure that you're actually doing this right. It's so blurry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. Just copy the variable, like the things that I added in there. This is in order, like if you don't really want to do it yourself, just let the calculator do it. Oops. Just literally copy everything. And yeah, basically you got the answer immediately. Chitting. Amazing. Wait. Okay, there. You can see that we got the same answer in both the calculator and manually. They just like switch the 1, 6, and 2, but like, the same thing, same answer. So yeah, you can either do this or do this. Like if you don't have a calculator, or if your calculator doesn't have this, because like it doesn't really work if you don't have that. Okay, so the next one, you can also do this one, I believe, in a calculator, but we'll try with first manually so that you guys can understand like what we're doing. Okay. Okay. So this one, it's like a fraction. It's big. It's confusing. But let's break it down. So first we'll start with this one. This is just multiplying. This is still multiplying. So it would kind of look like this. Remember, there's always an imaginary one. So just multiply. Remember, we can't multiply these two because they don't have this one doesn't have this. So you would write it like this. Then just copy the 3. And that's your first part. Now you have this one. This is a little more confusing because there's a squared. What would you do with squared? So first of all, if you remember how to do squared, it's basically you're multiplying it by itself. First, we're going to multiply the bottom. So 3 times 3, which is 9. So you have 9. And then what's this one? How are you going to do this one? So this thing is actually square root. This also means squared. So if you cross these out, these both cancel out each other. So you're left with this. So basically 1 minus 9. 1 minus 3 over 9. Now, before you can put it on the left, you'd have to solve this, 1 minus 3 over 9. How would you do that? So if you were only left with 1, or you have like the number 1 in there, you can cancel out the 1 and copy the denominator. Then you just minus it like regularly, 6 over 9. Now you can write that here, 6 over 9. So that's not the final answer yet because that doesn't make sense. So expounding it, it would look like this. 2, 3, 3. This line means division, so divided by 6 over 9. But you need to solve it. So how? We're going to turn this into multiplication. So you're going to keep this. You're going to keep this side. So 2 square root of 3 over 3. Multiplication. You change the sign. And then you flip the denominator and the numerator. And you have that. Ta-da! Now you can multiply it immediately, or you can just, well, cancel it out first, which is 1, 3, 1, 3, which is 3 over 3 over 3. And you can still cancel out the 3. So you're left with, well, 3. That's how you get it. It's actually really simple if you just know how to multiply.